Gandavattana. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Uh, let's wait for a minute for the speaker to join. He's joining now.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Just joining, Prabhu. I'm already in. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Sacitanaya Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna everyone. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam. Welcome to Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Today is the auspicious day of Dwadashi after the Gita Jayanti. And we are very fortunate to have the association of His Grace Sacitanaya Gaura Prabhu, who will be sharing the nectar from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 6, chapter number 1, sloka number 17. Prabhuji, over to you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादिशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्या प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी, गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यशोदनंदन ब्रज जन रंजन, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, यमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी। श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 6, Chapter 1, Shloka number 17. सध्रीचीनो ह्ययं लोके पन्था पन्थाः क्षेमो कुतो भयः, सुशीलाः साधवो यत्र नारायणपरायणाः। सध्रीचीनो ह्ययं लोके पन्थाः क्षेमो कुतो भयः, सुशीलाः साधवो यत्र नारायणपरायणाः। सदृचीनो ह्ययं लोके पन्थाः क्षेमो कुतो भयः, सुशीलाः साधवो यत्र नारायणपरायणाः। सदृचीनो ह्ययं लोके पन्थाः क्षेमो कुतो भयः, सुशीलाः साधवो यत्र नारायणपरायणाः। Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Sadrichinaha, just appropriate. He, certainly. I am this. Loke, in the world. Pantaha, path. Kshemaha, auspicious. Akuto bhayaha, without fear. Sushilaha, well behaved. Sadhavaha, saintly persons. Yatra, wherein. Narayana Parayanaha, those who have taken the path of Narayana, devotional service, as their life and soul. Translation: the path followed by pure devotees who are well behaved and fully endowed with the best qualifications is certainly the most auspicious path in this material world. It is free from fear and it is authorized by the Shastras. But one should not think that the person who takes to bhakti is one who cannot perform the ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Karma Kanda section of the Vedas, or is not sufficiently educated to speculate on spiritual subjects. Mayavadis generally allege that the bhakti path is for women and illiterates. This is a groundless accusation. The bhakti path is followed by the most learned scholars, such as the Goswamis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Ramanujacharya. These are the actual followers of bhakti path. Regardless of whether or not one is educated or aristocratic, one must follow in their footsteps. Mahajano yena gatasta pantaha. One must follow the path of Mahajanas. The Mahajanas are those who have taken to the path of devotional service. Sushila sadho yatra narayana parayanaha. For these great personalities are the perfect persons, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12. यस्यास्ति भक्तिर्भगवति अकिंचना सर्वैर्गुणैस्तत्र समासते सुराः. One who has unflinching devotion to the personality of Godhead has all the qualities of the demigods. The less intelligent, however, misunderstand the bhakti path and therefore allege that it is for one who cannot execute ritualistic ceremonies or speculate. as confirmed here by the word Sadrichinaha. Bhakti is the path that is appropriate and not the paths of Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. Mayavadis may be Sushila Sadhava, well-behaved, saintly persons, but there is nevertheless some doubt about whether they are actually making progress, for they have not accepted the path of bhakti. On the other hand, those who follow the path of acharyas are Sushila and Sadhava. But furthermore, their path is Akutobhaya, which means free from fear. One should fearlessly follow the 12 Mahajanas, and their line of disciplic succession, and thus be liberated from the clutches of Maya. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are reading from Canto 6, Shloka, chapter 1 and 17th Shloka. So here I pray, I humbly pay my obeisances to all so that I can speak Bhagavatam the way Prabhupada is explained, and it is the way it should be understood to increase the devotional understanding and service. So here discussing about the pastimes of the devotee Ajamila. Ajamila, here the this chapter starts with saying that Ajamila was a Brahmana by birth, and he was quite a sanskari. He has learnt all the sanskaras from his parents, and he was following all the sanskars very nicely, strictly, but not into devotion service yet. So he encounters a situation wherein he faces a prostitute and a man, in a alone in a secluded place. Then he happened to encounter and come across this situation. So, and because of that, his senses were not in place. He was not able to control his senses. He kept lingering around the place, and he was very much attracted to the seclusion and the closeness of them. So that he was kind of prone to the um, the the onslaught of the senses. So due to which what happened, he ended up marrying the prostitute, and he had many children. So the backdrop of this discussion is that even how much ever one may be Gunavan, with lots of good qualities, virtues, but still without bhakti, he there is a chance that he may fall. So, um, and for all these sins, that one may do in the lifetime like this, is to atone, and this atonement, after committing the sin, one has to atone so that it is not carried forward to the next birth. But the issue here is every action is um, has that propensity. One has the propensity to commit sin with every action that he does, and it is not possible to sit idle. One must act. So, in which case, there is a probability of more and more sin one can commit, and he must do atonement. And so it becomes very countless. It becomes very overwhelming. It is not possible to track how much sins I did, how much atonement I should do. All that is not possible. Manasa, vacha, kaya, any kind of, it can be sin. So it is very important to um, remove that propensity to commit the sin. That is what is important. That is what is the backdrop of this discussion. So Shukadeva Goswami says, what is the use if an elephant takes bath and then again puts the mud on its own self? Then there is no use. So that is that it is compared. This elephant's analogy is compared for a person who commits does the atonement and then again commits the same thing. So because the propensity is so much, in spite of reading shastras, in spite of reading very close to everything good, but there is a propensity to commit the sin. And to remove this sin from its root, what is needed is the devotional service. The propensity to enjoy, the propensity to do enjoy, has to be converted so that the one can offer enjoyment to the Supreme Lord. So that is important. That is the only solution. Shukadeva Goswami says one must do. One may burn off all the dried leaves that is lying on the forest ground, forest terrain on the earth. But if there is an ankur, if there is a seed, or if there is a small, what do you call it? The plant still underlying the surface of the earth, if there is a plant still alive, which is compared to the sin, propensity to commit sin, that may still sprout and become a huge tree. So just burning off the leaves is not enough. One has to uproot the tree of, or the plant of sins, and that is only possible by doing the devotional service. So here in this particular shloka, the glories of the devotional service is reiterated. So the devotional service was there all the time. It is always there. It is always there. But which is the best path that Sukadeva Goswami is ascertaining here? Sadrichino, just appropriate. Certainly, this is the best path, he's telling. Sadrichino, in this world, the best path, just appropriate path is the bhakti path. Pantha. Which path? Pantha is path. And what is the nature of that devotional service? One is not, one doesn't fear. He lives fearlessly because his conscience is very clear. He is not into any, he doesn't have any guilt in his mind of any sort because of having committed any sin, or the propensity to commit sin. So as long as one is closely following And as long as one is singing the glories of the Lord as per the devotional service prescribed, and as per the devotional path, one can be assured of, you know, uh, assured of um, no fear. One can be assured of no fear. And over a period of time, he will become definitely, um, his thoughts are guided by the knowledge of the scriptures, of the devotional service, knowledge of the understanding of the Lord's pastime, Lord's names. When he is fully drenched, or in this knowledge, then um, he is more and more close, then committing sins is very, very less. And moreover, and this path is always there. The devotional service, path of devotional service is always there. No time it is not there. Like how the Lord is always there, Jiva is always there. Similarly, the path of devotional service is always there. So, but it is on the paper. Devotional service is all on the paper. So then how do we know how to do it? That is what is Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam meant for. Srimad Bhagavatam is a compilation of the glories of the Lord and the glories of the devotees who follow this path of devotional service, who render loving devotional service, who render, you know, uh, display their love for the Supreme Lord and the Lord's devotees. So that is the glory of Bhagavatam. The compilation is full of the glories of Lord and the devotees. And in a way, though devotion service on paper, we may not be able to understand in theory. But uh, unless it is exhibited, unless it is demonstrated by the devotees, it is not possible to understand. So, the devotees practicing devotional service, and the devotional service in theory, this is all explained through Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is the glory of devotee, that they can render loving service and also guide the mass in general. And here it is mentioned, Sushilaha sadho yatra. Sushilaha, what is the nature? They are Sushila, well behaved, well behaved. And Sadhava, they are saintly persons. So, and what is their qualification? They are completely taken to the path of Narayana, the devotional, Narayana devotional service as their life and soul. So, their life and soul revolves around serving the Lord, Supreme Lord. That is their nature. Only, and they are Sushila, and they set um, the example, they set the tone that we can understand. Here Prabhupada is mentioning, and one should not think that a person who takes to bhakti is one who cannot perform ritualistic activities recommended in Karma Kanda section of the Vedas. So that means one who is a devotee, he has already performed ritualistic ceremonies, and he is quite a fit for performing any ritualistic activity recommended in the Karma Kanda. Karma Kandas is full of ritualistic ceremonies for for worshipping for receiving some benefit, through the worship of the medium of demigods. So that is Karma Kandas, to be specific. So, but the Sushila, Sadhava, they are not interested in receiving anything. They don't do business with Lord. They want to get complete, they want to be in complete shelter, and they want to render devotional service. Ahaituki apratihata. Ahaituki. They don't want anything in return. So Krishna says to the damsels of Raja, whatever service you do, that is what is your gift that I can give you. Nothing more I can give you. The pleasure that you get by doing service to me is what is your gift. So be satisfied with that. I cannot give anything back. I don't have anything that I can give back to you in return. So in itself, devotional service in itself is a gift, and itself is a service. Next, or is not sufficiently educated to speculate on spiritual subjects. So that person who is rendering devotional service is full of the knowledge, is full of knowledge of about the devotional service, and he knows the subject well. So, but what Mayavadis do generally allege that bhakti path is for women or illiterates. They think it is for some, it is a compromise. It is a compromise. Devotional service is a kind of compromise because they cannot do, recite these complex mantras and do yajna as it is, or sit there for long time, or, it doesn't seemingly do some big yajnas. For such people, it's an alternative. Like that is what they think. Who people in general also think that way. Harinam Sankirtan is a yajna. That is the yajnanam japa yajyosmi, Krishna says. So that yajna is the best for the Kali Yuga. But still, people always think some kind of yajna must be there. To something big should be there. Physically, they should be able to see. Of course, yajna is also Lord only. It is we are offering to the Supreme Lord only, but that is hetu. That is based on karma kanda. That is based on karma kanda. But here there is no karma kandic activity here. It is all out of love for the Lord. We do it. One does it. The bhakti path is followed by most learned scholars such as Goswamis, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Ramanujacharya. So bhakti is not just for illiterates and women or lower class of men, but it is for it has been followed by big scholars like Goswamis, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Ramanujacharya. What to speak of other devotees who are following it, right? So if that was not the case, see, Mahaprabhu is Lord Himself. Lord Himself came just to follow bhakti. Then how can it be a compromise of any sort? That as Mayavadis think, it cannot be a compromise of any sort because like Lord Chaitanya wanted to taste, Krishna wanted to taste this nectar, he comes, then it is not anything less. And in fact, it is the other way around, that for bhakti, jnana or karma kanda is karma. They are not, jnana is not a prerequisite for bhakti. The byproduct of bhakti is jnana. What is that? Jnanam, yeah. So it gives fearlessness, and also it gives vairagya. It gives automatically by doing bhakti. It appears we are as a part of whom everybody is doing his activity. Thou one who is he is in a family, he is doing all his activities, and he is doing bhakti. He is still detached. He is still detached, and he is full of knowledge. So knowledge is a byproduct of bhakti. So, and otherwise, why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have come to taste that, right? How to render that service? Otherwise, why Baladeva or Lakshmana would have come like Ramanujacharya came, right? So that way, these stalwart devotees, come for just rendering bhakti. So it is mentioned, Shri Radhar Bhave Ebe Gaura Avatar, Hare Krishna Naam Gaur Karila Prachar. So he comes in the mood of Srimati Radharani to render devotional service. Who? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he comes for just this, and also assures that this bhakti, Raganuga bhakti specifically, has not been given in many since many centuries or lifetimes. Um, um, which one? What is that? Yes. So and also if you see. Yeah, sorry, I got lost. Yeah. So this is also followed by not only by the educated or aristocratic. One must follow in their footsteps. One must follow these Sushila sadhu. One must follow because they can set the tone, they can set the definition, they can show us the path. We ourselves cannot assume what is bhakti and what is not bhakti. Only Mahajanas can only mention what bhakti is and how it should be followed. Mahajano yena gatascha panta. One must follow the path of Mahajanas. The Mahajanas are those who have taken to the path of devotion service. Sushila sadhu yatra narayana parayanaha. For these great personalities are perfect persons. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvair gunais tatra samasate suraha. So one who has taken to the devotion service, all good qualities automatically appear in him. Chetapi suduracharo bhajate maam ananya bhak sadureva mantavyah samyak vyavastito hi sa. So one who is durachari also takes to bhakti and follows it ananya bhak without any cessation. He is supposed to be sadhu only, and he will quickly become a dharmatma. क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वत शांतिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति, which means Krishna himself is giving that assurance, and he has taken already that person into his under his wings, and he will take care of ensuring his bhakti is always maintained, and he gives what he lacks, and he maintains what he has. Yogakshemam vahamyaham. So he has got the ultimate shelter also. By taking to this path, he has got the ultimate shelter. Even though he was not a dharmatma, so which is not actually not necessarily the qualification. Still, because he was attached to the Lord, he was continuously praying and also worshipping and chanting Lord's names. He has become dharmatma and he has got a eternal shelter. Whereas one who is full of virtues like a Jamila could not get that shelter because he lacked the devotional service. He was full of virtues, definitely, no doubt, but what was missing was the Lord's shelter, and because devotional service was not there. Devotional service is given by the pure devotees. Only they can give it. So here in the next line it is mentioned, though the Mayavadis may be Sushila and Sadhava, but what they lack, that they are not making progress because they are just stuck to that goodness. They are just stuck to the goodness. Well-behaved, saintly person. Well-behaved, saintly person. Okay, there are many people whom we invite for temple. They are very good people, very nice people, very well behaved. Okay, and they are very nicely speaking. All that. But what happens when we call them? They don't come. So for outside, generally in the outside world, if we see, if we talk, we can understand. They don't know what devotional service means. They don't know what it is to take shelter of the Supreme Lord, of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. They don't know. They are good. They are good. They are doing a lot of things. they have the interest also. They are yet to realize what is the difference between being sheltered, being following an acharya, and also and not following and not understanding completely. So their talks only revolve around how to get benefited. I want something good. So I want something good. I want to get. They think if I get this some material benefits, they are very good. So they try to increase their material benefits and thinking that is the way to go forward. But the material benefits, even highest virtues, are of no value, that they don't understand yet. Only when they come in association, they will realize that what is the difference. So the devotional path, the coming to devotional path, it has been stressed by many acharyas. So as I was mentioning before, that the devotional service, this needs a demonstration. It is not, we cannot theoretically understand as it is. When we read the Srimad Bhagavatam, we can understand there are lots of pastimes. Like um, for example, if we take for example, let's take the example of Narad Muni giving cursing the Nalakuvera and Manigriva. So it may look like it's a curse, and it is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam. And also there is a mention of the Pingala, who was a prostitute, but he had this devotion service. So it's very unique. We cannot imagine these topics being discussed, negative topics, kind of somebody cursing, and discussion about a prostitute. Even in this case, as a Jamila, it will sound a little weird. Definitely for outside people, it will be weird. Why these people are talking always about sex, prostitutes? This kind of talks are coming in Bhagavatam. They must. So what they think? They are on the moral ground. They are on the moral ground. They are not able to understand beyond that. They fail to understand. And bhakti, because it is so inclusive, and no jiva is left out. So there is a complete consideration of every aspect in the society, and how all these aspects and can be connected with devotional service. That is very important. That is very important. And even in last week Sunday class also, Prabhuji was mentioning, Prabhuji who had come from, I guess, Australia, he was mentioning it is important to connect to the current affairs, the worldly affairs that is going on. Everything must be connected back to devotion service. That is very important. So that is devotional service. So every aspect is connected. Yes. Then that one cannot understand. So they are stuck to the moral ground, and they don't understand what is Krishna's shelter, what is Krishna's name, fame, glories of Krishna. All that is not understood. So whereas one must for understanding devotional service, all this is important. So, and the preaching of the devotional service is also important. So unless one gives this knowledge, unless this is given by devotional service is given by one pure devotee to someone, it is very difficult for them to receive it. By themselves, it is very difficult. They cannot understand. It has to be understood under the shelter of a devotee or the representative of a pure devotee. Only then it is possible. So that is the mood of everyone. That is the mood of all the acharyas. That is the mood of Mahaprabhu. That is the mood of even the damsels of Vraja. we might not have come across the damsels of Vraja going and preaching somewhere, but there is a mention about preaching by the damsels of Vraja. Which is that shloka in Gopi Geet. I just freeze when. So it is mentioned. Tapta Jivanam Kavibiridhitam Kalmashapaham Srimadatam Bhuvi Granantiye Bhuridajana. So your glories, your pastimes are who carry the Bhuridajana, the pure devotees, they carry this message of Srimad Bhagavatam, this message of your pastimes to the entire world. That must be done. So it has to be broadcasted. What they are saying is your glories must be broadcasted around every place so that everybody is benefited. So the preaching is very important. The glories of, because everything revolves around Lord's pastimes. Lord's pastimes, his names. So it's very, very important. So that is one of the aspects of the devotion service. There are 9 aspects, out of which one of the aspect is to kirtana. One of the aspect is kirtana. So one should preach, and that is a part of the devotional aspect. So likewise, Sushilaha, these pure devotees who are full of the good qualities, they broadcast this message and get everyone connected to the Lord by devotional service. So, so I was mentioning that this to demonstrate the devotional service, devotees do certain things, like I mentioned about Pingala and Narad Muni. Though the action, discussion, point, subject matter may be little contradictory to the general public, this is a very part of Bhagavatam, and that is also, and that is a discussion, that is a devotional service. No matter who does it and what is discussed. If it is discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam, definitely it is devotional service. And also devotional service is demonstrated, like I said. For example, serving a devotee is very important than serving the Lord. That is one aspect of this. So Kanchipurna, he is always fanning the Supreme Lord. He's always fanning the Supreme Lord, and he is very close. He's just next to him and talking also. He's talking also. Then he is asking what Ramanujacharya should do. Then Lord says, ask him to bring water from a well for the Abhisheka and all. So that was conveyed. So that close was Kanchipurna to the Lord, and he was in a very close and talking terms. Imagine somebody is talking to the Lord. But then one day he happens to ask the Lord, Lord, will I go back to Vaikuntha? Then Lord says, there is another devotee who will definitely go to a Lord because he is serving the Vaishnavas, but not you. So now what to do? He was very shocked. I am doing personal service to you, and I am also in talking terms to you. What else I want to go back to Vaikuntha? Then he was shocked. Then this critical message of serving a Vaishnava is revealed to him. He understands the importance. Immediately he just throws the fan and goes to another devotee, and he serves that devotee in his cowshed. So this is enacted. This is demonstrated by devotee. What is a devotional service? So that is how we can understand through the means of devotees, the Sushila devotees, we can understand. And this is the highest path, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself has come and displayed it. He has shown what is the path. So that is how we can understand this entire shloka and the understand the path of devotional service. So the sins are nothing compared to the devotional service. The sins are nothing. It is said, केचित् केवलया भक्त्या वासुदेव प्रायणाः अघं दुन्वन्ति कार्ष्णेन निहारमिव भास्कर. The sins are like this mist. In the winter season, if you go to Vrindavan or North Delhi somewhere, while we are on the road, we can see that there is a heavy mist. And the peak of winter, you can see, you can't even see beyond 5 meter, 10 meter, like that. It is sometimes accidents also happen because they don't see the immediate next car, in the road, on the road, and only when they come close they realize it. But what happens as soon as the first ray of sun appears, this mist is immediately gone. It doesn't take much time. The sun has not fully arisen yet. So the bhakti sun has not arisen yet, but the sins are already vanquished by that small rays. Simple effort that a devotee puts to do the devotional service, with just that much, all the sins are eradicated. So that is the power of devotional service, and that is it is the proven method. It is the proven method of and followed by all the stalwart devotees. Okay. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Yes, Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for giving the essence of this specific sloka, Prabhuji. I would request the devotees to share the comments or reflections.
Wonderful lecture, Prabhu. I mean, after this, we were reading about the atonements and all that, and very insisted only the root can be devoted with the devotional service. And very nicely you told that. Wonderful lecture, Prabhu. Done with pranam.
Hare Krishna, Sacitanaya Prabhu, Nandal Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So wonderful. Nice analogy of mist is a nice analogy. You know, like I'm not able to see the danger very next to me. I'm so blind. So thank you so much for enlightening.
True, Prabhu. You brought the main point. We are not able to see the danger next to us. Correct. That is also a very important point you have highlighted, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu. When you told in the end, Prabhu, sun's rays, even if a little is fallen, the sins started getting removed. So it's so nice, that point. Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhu, in the recent Kedarnath helicopter, this one also, the last words spoke by the pilot is, I cannot see anything.
In which one, Mataji?
In the, I think in the Kedarnath.
Okay.
The helicopters, no? Usually they are very careful, they don't take off, but he said, I can't see anything, just missed.
Yes.
But blindly he went and...
Yeah. This shloka is there in the same chapter. A few chapters above it is there. So...
Which one, Prabhu?
This shloka, Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Prayanaha, it is there in the same chapter. If a few shlokas, if you go up, you will find it. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Sacitanaya Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. And as I was hearing this, when you spoke about the Kanchipurana pastime, and then the danger is right beside us, you said, even if we are in the right next to service of the Lord, but if you don't serve the devotees of the Lord, how the Lord is not pleased. Whatever amount of service we do. Thank you so much for sharing that, Prabhu.
And we can understand that is the essence of Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam, only through Bhagavatam and their action, by the action of the devotees, we can understand the essence of the devotion. How to, we are inspired. First of all, we are inspired. We come to know. We are able to see the act from the devotional perspective, like that. See, there are lots of rules created, but unless it is used in practice, it cannot be understood. Always we say, give me some example, give me some example. Like that we ask, right? So that is what it is. So devotion service is always there, but the examples of these devotees who are demonstrating.
One thing which I was thinking now, so yes, we have to serve devotees, Lord gets pleased. What happens while serving the devotees? No, we rub shoulders, and then that friction is there. No?
Correct.
That friction sometimes distract us also, no, Prabhu.
Correct, Prabhu. Definitely.
It is so important that we have to be really focused.
Yes, Prabhu. We can discuss with our senior devotees, but always, I heard a best advice from on this from a devotee. So, in the sense, I was not personally advised. I heard it in the lecture only. Prabhuji told, do not indulge. Very important. See, many things happen. If it is something rubbing shoulders, let's not indulge. Forget it then and there and move forward. Do not indulge. Indulging means, remembering that, trying to talk about it, and trying to, so it will continue. That is indulging. One should not indulge. That is it appealed to me, but I don't know how much I am practicing it, but that is the right piece of advice and correct assessment of what one should do. I understand.
Yes. Chintan Manana should be on for the right perspective, not for these kind of.
Correct. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I learned a lot from you also, Prabhu.
For me, devotee means not those who are staying with me. Devotees means somebody come from far. For those along with us, they are not devotees. I'll always have a bad experience with that.
Yeah.
It is
correct. Sushila, Sadhavo, we should look for these qualities are important, and moreover, we can exhibit. That is what we can do. Of course, definitely there will be gaps from my side, from other side. So as far as possible, we can pray for my good behavior, so that, and tolerating is very, very important. Prabhupada discussed. I could not remember those points while telling all that. In the lecture for the same shloka, please refer to Srila Prabhupada's lecture. Prabhupada is mentioning Titikshava, Sadhava's qualities. Prabhupada is discussing in that Titikshava. Tolerance is very, very important. That is very important because whatever be the situation, one doesn't have to, react and tolerate it. That is one of the qualities of Sadhava. So it is mentioned here in the shloka also, Sadhava. And he should be Narayana Para. He should be Sushila and Sadhava and also Narayana Para. See, Mayavadis are Sushila and Sadhava, not Narayana Para. But on the other hand, if somebody is Narayana Para, then automatically these qualities will come. That is what this is the shloka about Chetapi Suduracharu. But we should not wait for that to come. We should consciously adapt it. This is also another piece where I heard Prabhu about that we should develop in the same lecture. So which was very good.
Yes, nice, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing that.
I'm not trying to advise anybody. I'm just bringing out those points which I heard.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, we are learning in Bhakti Shastri, nectar of instruction, that we should know who is a Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari.
Yes.
And then you will progress nicely. You should know the difference. And then when you go, yes, Prabhu.
We should know the difference.
Yes, yes.
But in the loving exchange, there should not be anything less. I mean, that adhikara is different and the loving exchange is definitely, there should not be anything less. With Kanishta means they need guidance, and Madhyama, they avoid uh, those who are not following, and Uttama, they are very inclusive. They have the capability to equally discuss with those who are not Narayanapara, or those who are not following the the devotion, or for them also. So Dhira Dhira Janapriya, like that, they are the Uttama.
So, Prabhu, Uttama Adhikaris, they don't even blaspheme or criticize anybody.
Correct. Correct. They don't blaspheme or criticize. Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Explaining the devotee service is very, very important. It's very, very attractive point. And the sun rays comes out the moment everything flies out. It is also a wonderful point. Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful class.
But one important thing is, this sun rays is only for the sins.
Yeah.
We have to remember that point. This example is given for sins, because in this case, Ajamila is committing sin,
Yeah.
not offense. Offense is a different level. It's a mad elephant, syndrome. So that is a serious thing. But here we are only talking about the sins. Since once somebody is into following Srila Prabhupada's path and Guru Maharaj's path and Mahaprabhu's mission, he is definitely well placed. Then he doesn't have to think too much about sins. It will get eradicated definitely. He must think about it. He must have caution. But offense is something that one must be really worried about.
Careful about it.
Because, yes. So because I heard, it's a very good analogy. It appeals, but it is only for sins. For offense, one has to be really careful.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam.
Thank you so much. I had other points for Sushila, but I'm not remembering anything. So anyway, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. If there are no questions, we can end with the Vaishnava Pranam.
Prabhu, just 1 minute, Prabhu. Prabhu, sometimes we will not know when we are doing aparadha.
Yes.
In my way, maybe it is not aparadha, but actually, in your way, maybe it is aparadha.
Correct.
How to...
Mataji, see, I'm not the best person to, comment or, give some this thing, expert comment, so-called. Okay, but I will tell something that I kind of realized. See, it takes some time to, establish yourself. You are a genuine person. Okay. In the first instance, you cannot impress upon anyone that you are genuine. Unless the intentions are really genuine, we cannot establish in long run. Okay. So if the intentions are good and we behave, and out of our innocence or ignorance, we have behaved in a wrong way, we'll be able to correct it over a point of time, and we have to be cautious about it. But to establish that we are genuinely good, it will take time, and every time we meet a new devotee, new set of people, we have to again and again keep on impressing that we are a genuine person, genuinely good, genuinely humble. This is, unless it is a intrinsic part of the quality of one, it is difficult to impress. But one has to practice to do that with all the new devotees, whoever comes, and that has to, not that we want to impress. If it is genuinely there, then we are good actually. That is what I think, Mataji. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No problem. I don't know myself. Sometimes I don't know if I've done a mistake. I just pray the Supreme Lord and ask him for forgiveness.
Yes, definitely. What we have done, this is what you are impressing, right? You are impressing that you are a genuine person. That is why you want to pray to the Lord that I don't commit it again, right? Unknowingly I have done it, but this is what is being genuine, right? So,
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam.
thank you. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything much beyond my capacity. And yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji, and thank you, devotees. We will end today's session with the Vaishnava prayer.
कृपा सिंधुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। वैष्णव ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु महाराज की जय।
Gaura Premanande Hari Hari
हरि
Bol.
हरि बोल।
Let the Zoom session devotees. Hari